Hello everybody, welcome to day 5. Can you believe we're already on day 5? Today we're concentrating on the upper back, so the neck area all the way down to right below the shoulder blades. Hopefully by the end of this class you will feel some tension and stress melting away from your upper body. Maybe your head's aligned a little better over your shoulders. Maybe you're standing a little taller and you take a deeper breath. And speaking of, check-in for today is actually to notice your posture. How is your posture? Without trying to correct it, are your shoulders over your hips, over your feet? Is your head slumped forward a little bit or your shoulders slumped forward a little bit? And how is your breath? Notice if you can take a nice deep breath, or if you're sort of stuck, or just noticing. That's all. We'll come back to this at the end of the sequence and recheck it then. So initially, we are going to start off rolling our supraspinatus muscle, which is that muscle right at the top of the shoulder. It connects all the way out to your arm. If you find the little triangle-shaped bone on top of your shoulder, it is right in that area. It's the first place you want somebody to massage when you're feeling some tension up there. We're going to come to lying. You're going to need your OG balls untoted right now. And if you have them, a couple blocks lined up, almost like a runway here against the wall. If not, a couple books will do. And you're going to take that ball and pin it right to the supraspinatus muscle, and then back your body up against the blocks, so the blocks are pinning the ball to that muscle. Legs can be bent like Nancy has them here, or straight out, whatever's comfortable. Get that ball locked in there, and then just start to breathe. Maybe taking some deeper breaths as you go along. And just by breathing, you're going to feel that ball slowly massaging into that muscle. Waking it up a little bit, little teeny massage. And after a couple breaths, you can start little tiny shoulder shrugs. So bringing that shoulder up a tiny bit and down. Maybe inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. Bringing a little deeper pressure of the ball into the muscle. Couple more deep breaths here. And then with your palm down, start to raise your arm up and over towards the wall behind you. Slowly up and down, raising it on an inhale, and then exhaling and bringing it back down. This is pinning and stretching. Don't overdo it. You may not be able to reach as far back as Nancy is right now, and that's okay. Just bring it to your degree. And the next time your hand is down on the ground, you're going to start to do little snow angels. Or let's see, it's summertime, so we're doing little sand angels. Pretend you're on a beach lying down, it's nice and warm, fluffy white sand underneath you, sound of children laughing in the background and the waves crashing. Really, yeah, doesn't that sound nice? Up and down, keeping with your breath, nice slow motions. Next time your arm is up, stop it there and bring your arm to goalpost or cactus. Or actually, you can just leave it straight out if you want. And you're going to start stripping the muscle by moving your upper body just a tiny bit so the ball is rolling back and forth, stripping that muscle. So bring your arm to goalpost and slowly bring it across your body, lifting that right side of Nancy's body a little bit up and off the mat and then back down slowly. So then the ball is not only hitting the supraspinatus but also the levator scapula muscle, which runs from the top of your shoulder blade up the back of your neck. That's your shrugger muscle. Nice. And then back down. Now you may have to reset the ball a couple times when you're moving like that. And rest. And then we're just simply going to take it to the other side. So either shift the blocks over or just shift your body so the blocks are on the opposite side. You might want to switch balls. All right, and now on to the second side. So lining those blocks up, taking the ball and placing it right on the muscle, on the supra, backing your body up against the blocks to pin the ball, and just start with some breathing. So nice deep breaths in and out, abdominal thoracic breaths, so in through the belly, into the chest area, and release. Feeling the ball massaging into that muscle. Bringing some release to the tension there. And we hold a lot of tension in our upper back and neck muscles. And this is a really great way to ease that in just a few minutes. And then slowly start to push into your feet a little bit and chug the ball a little further into the area. You can also shrug your shoulder here. Just little tiny micro movements, shrugging your shoulder up and down. Bringing the ball a little bit deeper. And with your palm down, slowly start to raise your arm, straight arm, towards the ceiling and back to your degree. On an inhale on the way up, and then exhale, the arm back down. A few more like that.
That's intense.
Yes, it can be very intense. And you might find that one side holds a lot more tension than the other. Maybe it's the side that you have your phone to, or where you carry your purse. And next time your arm is down on the ground, you can start with a few of those sand angels. Letting that arm drag along the ground as best as you can. If it's too much, just back off a little bit. Move your body a little bit further away so there's less pressure of the shoulder into the ball and block. But maybe after a couple passes and some nice deep breathing, you'll be able to get a little more height in your arm. There you go. Yep, so now shifting your body a little side to side, stripping that muscle, bringing some length and resetting the muscle. And then if you want a little more, you can bring your arm to cactus and bring it across your body so the ball is rolling a little bit onto the back. It's not moving a whole lot, maybe an inch or two, and you're tapping into that levator scapula muscle that's more to, behind the supra. Excellent. Another good way to access this muscle is actually standing at a door jamb or the corner of the wall and bending at the waist and placing the ball onto the wall and trying to dig into it that way, but this is far more relaxing. We'll show you that another time. Excellent. Now remove the ball, scoot your body down a little on the mat so you're away from the wall a little bit, and just relax and see how that feels. All right, now just remove the blocks out of the way and scoot your body down a little bit on the mat so you have enough space above your head to move your arms way up. There you go, perfect. Now we're going to be moving on to the upper traps. So your traps run down from the bottom of your skull, your occiput, down your neck like this and attach into your scapula, the top of your shoulder blades. And we're going to be addressing the lower upper trapezius. So you're going to roll the balls a little, maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches down below where we just were. So you're not on your shoulder blades, but right above the shoulder blades, one ball on each side. You're also going to want to grab a block or a textbook and put it underneath your sacrum. Sorry, I should have mentioned that before you got the balls in place. So putting the block there will help keep the balls in place and will add a little elevation to your hips, adding a little pressure onto the balls. If this is too much and too sensitive, you can certainly do this without the block, but the block is certainly helpful. So just lying and letting the balls sink in, taking some nice slow breaths. So letting the balls compress into the upper traps. Nice deep slow breaths. And you can slowly start to chug in. Push into your feet a little bit and chug the balls. Just get a little tiny bit of motion there. The balls aren't really moving. They're just maybe a half an inch in each direction. And then give yourself a nice hug. Wrap your arms around your body. This allows, it separates the tissues on your upper back a little bit so the balls can sink further in. Maybe rock a little side to side. Maybe a little wiggle or a little teeny tiny C curve with the very upper part of your body. And then switch arms, bring the other arm on top, and same thing. A little wiggling back and forth, maybe a little rocking back and forth, keeping the breath going. And I forgot to mention, I should have said earlier, having ball to skin contact here really makes a difference. So if you have, no material in between, it's going to make a big difference. These balls are very grippy. They like to attach to the skin. I mean, you can definitely do it with a shirt on, but having it right on the skin is far more effective. So you're at home, feel free to go down to your sports bra and get the balls right on your skin. And then bring your arms by your side. And we're going to do the wave. So arms are going to go up and over your head towards the wall behind you. Again, to your degree. Nancy's got some good rotation there in her shoulders, so she's able to go all the way back, but as far back as you can get them. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. And then some little snow angels. Oh my. And the next time your arms are down, let's bring your knees into your chest. So make sure that you're stable on that block, and then bring your feet up to the ceiling. This will increase the pressure of the balls onto the trap. So if it doesn't feel good to you, put your legs down and just relax. You're getting a little bonus here by having your feet elevated. Another great stress reliever. And then lower your legs and remove the block. Remove the balls. Awesome. All right, next area that we're going to roll is our scapula. So the two triangular shaped bones on your upper back. And Nancy's going to do this seated against the wall. Might be a little challenging with the wall here, but get your back against the wall and...
This is not graceful.
What we're doing here, the idea here is to get the ball onto the middle of the shoulder blade and just move your body side to side. So the ball is going from one end of the shoulder blade to the other. You could start on the inside spine of the scapula and then all the way out by turning your body just a tiny bit to get out towards your upper arm. And this could be very tender. There's a lot of trigger points in your shoulder blades. So your traps, as well as 3 of your rotator cuff muscles, travel across your scapula and attach to your upper arm. And yeah, they can be pretty painful. So if you do find a spot that is especially stuck, one of those trigger points, you can stop the ball in that spot and you can slowly move your arm a little bit or rotate your hand. You can also do this standing at the wall if you want to, same type of thing. Seated is just a little more relaxing, especially if this is the first time you've ever rolled your shoulder blade before. So finding a spot that's stuck and raising and lowering your arm, moving your hand in any direction, and then just taking it to the other side. So the further away your butt is from the wall, the more pressure you're going to have on the balls. The closer your butt is to the wall, the less pressure there is. So adjust your seat to where it feels good for you. Also, if this is too much with the single ball, you could always tote the balls, flip them over your shoulder like a sack of apples, and do the same motions back and forth. And if you're standing at the wall, you could also flip the balls horizontally like this, place them on your shoulder blade, and go and cross fiber those muscles, the shoulder blade, the muscles over the shoulder blade, up and down by bending your knees. So lots of ways to access the shoulder blade. Maybe finding that trigger spot and stopping, moving the arm a little bit up and down, or rotating the hand back and forth. All right. Now we're going to move on to the mid-traps and rhomboids. So toting the balls up. You're going to be lying on the floor, again with some space between your head and the back wall. You might want a block or two near you, but you don't need it right away. Just scoot yourself down there, Nancy. And the first stop we're going to is right where the shoulder blades, I don't know if you can see me here, shoulder blades start. So the middle traps, but the top of the middle trap. So right after you get onto those shoulder blades, lay back down. Yep, feet can be on the ground or straight out, but I suggest having the knees bent and feet on the ground. Let the ball sink into that area. Arms can be at your sides. And you might feel a little tiny mini back bend in the upper back. By taking some nice deep breaths, the balls will compress a little further. And then hug your body, again, rocking a little side to side, or shoulder shrugs, or C-curve, anything to try and work the balls a little further in. And don't forget to switch arms. There you go. We're speeding this up a little bit just for the sake of time.
Pause at any time.
Yeah, pause at any time and get in there a little bit deeper if you like. That's the beauty of having this on video. You can work at your pace. And then hands on the ground, palms up. Inhale the arms up and overhead. And back down. And maybe one time, keeping your arms on the ground, bring your arms up and try and touch your fingers, or get your fingers and thumbs as close as they can to each other above your head. And back down. And then scoot the balls down a little bit further so you're in between your shoulder blades. You're right on the mid-traps and rhomboids. And the rhomboids lie deep within the mid-traps. They help move your shoulder blades. They help shrug your shoulders. They're part of your posture when you stick your chest out for good posture. That's your rhomboids at work there. And your middle lower traps help to elevate and depress your shoulder. Maybe use those when you're holding a purse or a phone to your ear. Let the ball sink in here. And then again with the hug, the body, rounding the back a little bit, wiggling, rocking. And then arms by your side. And don't forget to switch arms. We are speeding this up a little. Bring your arms to a T. And then bring your palms to meet over your body. So hands straight up on an inhale. Exhale down. Do this a couple times. And next time your arms are up, leave them straight up. And we're back at the beach, and we're pretending to reach for a beach ball that I have up here, Nancy, by protracting your shoulders and bringing them out, grab that ball, and then retracting them, squeezing your shoulder blades together, trying to pin the balls in between your shoulder blades. You've got that ball, now bring it back up.
I feel that.
Yeah. And down. Whew. Do that a couple more times. Grabbing for that beach ball. All right. And the last stop now is to roll the balls beneath the shoulder blades. So you're right off your shoulder blades. You're going to feel a little bit more of a back bend here. So by rolling the upper back like we just did, you're actually getting at the intercostal muscles, which are your little breathing muscles in between the ribs. So while you're getting some great relief and release to the rhomboids and trapezoids and all those kind of muscles, you're also massaging the intercostal muscles. And that might allow you to take an even deeper breath than you could when we first started. So nice deep breaths. Maybe a little C curve with your upper body. You can bring your arms to cactus again and bring your forearms to meet. And back down. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. Then remove the balls.
No.
No. All right. Remove the balls. Let your body relax. Feel the backside of your upper body, or your whole backside of your body relaxing on the ground. After a moment or two, I want you to come to seated and double check, or standing, either or, to double check your posture. See if that rolling sequence helped open you up. Are your shoulders a little further back? Is your head more centered on your shoulders? Can you take a deeper breath than you could before?
I got a huge release in my neck and my jaw.
Yeah, and that will happen because when you roll one side of your body, a lot of times you're going to feel it also on the opposite side. It's all connected. See you tomorrow.